My name is Sian. I'm a textile artist and I specialise in working with botanical dyes and the philosophy of biophilia. We're going to be mordanting wool cloth today. This is a flannel cloth, which is a traditional cloth in Wales, locally woven in a woolen mill that's been going for over 50 years. So just to show you, I have here in my hands two pieces of woolen cloth. One has been mordanted and one hasn't. So there's just, it's a perfect sort of example of how the colour bonds beautifully when you've mordanted your cloth. So I can't emphasise enough, this is an essential process of your dyeing if you want to achieve some great results. Scouring is an important initial part of the process. It's a process of washing your cloth to remove all the dirt and residues so that your cloth is really nice and clean to work with. Your cloth may look clean, but you'd be quite surprised at what comes out. This will just really help to get lovely even sort of coverage of colour. And I generally use an eco detergent. You can either do this by hand or put it on, because we're working with wool today, this has gone on a wool cycle in the washing machine, and I tend to do a batch of scouring at the same time, so I'm looking at how much energy that I consume. So that's a really important part of the process. There are a few things that you need for the mordanting. You need a hob. You can either do this in the kitchen or you can have a little mobile hob like I've got here. So you need a pot, which you need to fill with some water, enough to cover your cloth. You need some bowls, some stainless steel bowls, a small spoon and a larger spoon for stirring. You need some weighing scales. I've got just normal sort of kitchen digital weighing scales here, boiling water, hot water, and a little bowl to put your mordant into. We're going to be mordanting with alum mordant, which is the safest and oldest and most readily available mordanting mineral. It's a natural mineral which has been used for centuries to dye with. And we're going to be using cream of tartar. Adding cream of tartar to your alum mordant helps keep the fabric nice and soft. It's acidic cream of tartar, and it helps apparently to brighten the colour on your cloth too. So we've got a piece of woolen cloth here that I'm just going to check should be about 100 grams. Yep, so that's 100 grams of cloth there, and to every 100 grams of cloth you need to use 8 grams of alum mordant and 7 grams of cream of tartar. You have to be mindful with using fine powders. I generally advise wearing a mask or working in a well ventilated area. So we're going to add here 7 grams of cream of tartar. It's just a little bit less there. So we're going to take the cream of tartar and just put that in the glass bowl there. And then we're going to weigh out our alum here and then add that to the cream of tartar. So we need 8 grams. There we go. So we pop that in there. So we're going to soak the cloth before we put it into the mordant bath. This just helps with getting all the oxygen out, but also to get an even coverage for the mordanting process. So we're just going to leave that to soak for a little while. This is just cold water from the tap. And now we're going to add our hot water to the cream of tartar and mordant in the bowl here, and then we stir to dissolve the granules and mix the cream of tartar and alum together. Give a very nice even sort of stirring in the pot to distribute the mordant. Just going to make sure we get all the bits out the bottom. And then we're going to give that a good stir. So we're now going to add the cloth to the mordant bath. I'm just going to squeeze that out a little bit. I always try to save water, so we'll use that for the rinsing process later. So always thinking about what we use. So I'm just going to gently ease the cloth into the pot. And just stir that around a little bit. We use the stirring spoon. We just want to gently sort of ease that in. And then we're going to put the heat on. We need to bring this up to boiling point for about 45 minutes and leave it to simmer for 45 minutes. When that process is finished, it's good to let the pot cool down. And once it has cooled down, then you can remove the cloth and give it a rinse in cold water. I like to do batches of mordanting so that I've got a good stock of pre-mordanted cloth kind of ready to go when the opportunity comes.